Evil narcissistic sister blackmailed my fiancé before my wedding to break us up. Gets caught on camera and disowned by parents. I'm 30 male, and I've always considered myself lucky to have a loving family and a wonderful fiancé. Or at least, that's what I thought before my sister, who I'll call S, pulled the most manipulative stunt I've ever seen. She tried to ruin my life, my future, and my happiness. All because she couldn't stand the idea of me moving on without her in the spotlight. To give you some context, S and I grew up in a relatively normal household. Our parents were supportive and kind, but S always craved attention. She was the golden child, smart, outgoing, and charming on the surface. But underneath, she was entitled and conniving. She couldn't stand when someone else got more attention than she did, and that included me. When I met my fiancé, everything changed. My life had focus and meaning beyond family drama. My fiancé, who I'll call F, is everything I've ever wanted, kind, funny, and my biggest supporter. We dated for 3 years before I proposed, and when she said yes, I thought the hardest part of our journey was over. Little did I know, S had other plans. The trouble started a few months before the wedding. S, who had always been a little cold toward F, suddenly started acting overly friendly. At first, I thought maybe she was warming up to her, but F seemed uneasy about it. She keeps asking me strange questions, F said one night after dinner. Like how much debt I have, or if I've ever been in trouble with the law. I frowned. That's weird. Maybe she's just being nosy. F shrugged, but I could tell it bothered her. I should have pressed more, but at the time I didn't think much of it. Things came to a head 2 weeks before the wedding. F came home looking pale and upset, clutching her phone like it was a lifeline. When I asked her what was wrong, she hesitated before finally blurting it out. S says she has something on me, she said, her voice trembling. Something that could ruin everything. What do you mean? I asked, feeling a knot form in my stomach. She said she has proof that I cheated on you, F whispered. But I didn't, I swear. She said if I don't call off the wedding, she'll show you the evidence. My mind raced. F is the most honest person I know. There's no way she would cheat. And yet, S was the type to manipulate anything to get her way. She's bluffing, I said firmly. She doesn't have anything on you. But what if she does? F asked, her eyes filling with tears. What if she faked something and you believe her? I held her close, promising her that we'd figure it out. But inside, I was furious. My own sister was trying to destroy my relationship, and I needed to know why. The next morning, I called S and asked her to meet me for coffee. She showed up wearing her usual smug expression, acting as though nothing was wrong. I decided to cut straight to the point. S, what's this about you threatening F? I asked, keeping my tone even but firm. Her face didn't flinch. I don't know what you're talking about, she said sweetly, sipping her latte. Is everything okay with F? She seemed off lately. Don't play dumb, I snapped. She told me you claimed to have evidence she cheated. What the hell are you doing? Her eyes narrowed, and for a moment the mask slipped. I'm protecting you, she said coolly. You're about to marry someone who isn't good enough for you. You're welcome, by the way. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You think trying to blackmail her is protecting me? Are you insane? She's hiding something, S insisted, leaning in. I've seen her talking to another guy. She's probably planning to cheat, if she hasn't already. You're too blind to see it, so I'm doing what I have to. It was a lie. I knew it was, but her conviction was chilling. You don't have anything on her, I said firmly. You're just trying to scare her into leaving me. S smirked. Believe what you want, but you're making a mistake. If you go through with this wedding, don't come crying to me when it all falls apart. I left the coffee shop seething. It was clear S wasn't going to back down, and I needed to find a way to expose her for the manipulative liar she was. Over the next few days, F and I brainstormed ways to get ahead of S's schemes. That's when I remembered something. The security cameras. My parents' house, where most of the wedding planning meetings had been held, was equipped with a state-of-the-art security system that recorded both video and audio. If S had confronted F there, it might have been caught on camera. I reached out to my parents and asked if I could review the footage. They were surprised but didn't hesitate to give me access. Over the course of an afternoon, I combed through hours of video until I found it, the moment S cornered F in the backyard 2 days prior. The footage showed S waving her phone in F's face, her voice dripping with malice. "Call it off, or I'll ruin you," she said. "I've got pictures. Do you want him to see them?" F looked terrified, pleading with her to stop. But S only laughed. "It doesn't matter if they're real or fake. He'll believe me because I'm his sister. So, what's it going to be?" I saved the video and called my parents immediately. They were horrified when I told them what I'd found, but I assured them I had a plan. S was about to learn a hard lesson about consequences. Armed with the security footage, I felt a sense of calm clarity. This wasn't just about stopping S's antics. It was about ensuring she couldn't manipulate anyone in the family again. The first step was confronting her directly. I called S and told her we needed to talk. She sounded smug, like she thought she'd won. "Finally seeing things my way?" she asked. "Meet me at the house," I said, ignoring her taunt. "We need to sort this out." When she arrived at our parents' house, I was waiting in the living room with F and my parents. S walked in, her confidence unwavering, but the moment she saw the serious expressions on everyone's faces, her smile faltered. "What's this?" she asked, glancing around. "An intervention?" "You could call it that," I said, pulling out my laptop. "We need to have an honest conversation about what you've been doing." She rolled her eyes. "Oh, please. You're overreacting. I was just trying to help." I clicked play on the security footage without saying another word. As the video played, S's face went pale. The room was silent except for the sound of her own voice, threatening, mocking, and revealing her entire plan. When the video ended, my father broke the silence. "What the hell is wrong with you, S?" he said, his voice shaking with anger. "You tried to blackmail your own brother's fiancée?" S stammered, trying to regain her composure. "It's not what it looks like. I was just trying to—" "Don't," my mother interrupted, her voice cold. "We saw the video. There's no excuse for this." S's eyes darted around the room, looking for a lifeline. "She's not good enough for him," she blurted. "She's going to ruin his life. And I was just—" "Enough!" I shouted, my patience gone. "This isn't about F. This is about you and your need to control everything. You couldn't stand that the attention wasn't on you, so you tried to destroy the one good thing in my life." She glared at me, but her bravado was crumbling. "You're making a mistake," she said weakly. "You'll regret this." "No," I said firmly. "The only thing I regret is not seeing your true colors sooner." My parents, disgusted by S's behavior, told her to leave. "You need to take a long, hard look at yourself," my father said. "Until you do, you're not welcome here." S stormed out, slamming the door behind her. For the first time in my life, I felt free from her manipulative grip. After S stormed out, the house felt lighter. My parents turned to F, their expressions filled with remorse. "We had no idea she was capable of this," my mother said, her voice trembling. "We're so sorry for everything she put you through." F, ever gracious, nodded. "It's not your fault. Thank you for standing with us." The days that followed were quiet but cathartic. My parents officially disowned S, cutting off contact until she could prove she'd changed. A decision they didn't take lightly, but felt was necessary. For too long, S had manipulated and bullied her way through life, and this was the wake-up call she desperately needed. On the day of the wedding, F and I stood together, surrounded by family and friends who genuinely cared about us. There was no shadow of S's toxic influence, no drama waiting to erupt. Just love, support, and the start of a new chapter. As we exchanged vows, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude, not just for F, but for the clarity that had come from this ordeal. It reminded me of the importance of standing up for the people who matter most, even when it's difficult. As for S, she tried to reach out several weeks later, claiming she wanted to talk things through. I didn't respond. She needed to understand that actions have consequences, and forgiveness isn't something you can demand. It's something you earn. Looking back, I can't help but feel a strange sense of relief. S's schemes forced me to confront a painful truth, but in doing so, they strengthened the bond between F and me. We emerged from the ordeal stronger, more united, and ready to face whatever came next. And to anyone out there dealing with a manipulative family member, remember this. You're not obligated to tolerate their behavior, no matter how close the relationship is. Set your boundaries, stand your ground, and protect your peace. If you enjoyed this story of karma and justice, hit that subscribe button. Who knows? The next tale might just involve another twist-filled family drama. Stay tuned.